Hi everyone, welcome at the third Intercontinental Online Chess Championship for Prisoners. This is the third edition and we do have the finals today. One of these teams, India or El Salvador, will win the gold medal and the title. I am Woman Grandmaster Keti Tatalashvili and I am the host of the finals of the Chess for Freedom 2023. Before we start the games, I would like to once again remind some of the statistics that we had at this tournament. So we started with 118 teams from 50 countries, and we had the competition of 3 days. A lot of games, a lot of very interesting situations, and now we are in the finals. The games will start in a second, and before that, I would like to just remind the prizes what we have here for the winners. So we do have 500 chess sets from Gift of Chess. These prisoners will get the chess set, so they will have a possibility to train on the actual chess set. We also have the certificates for all the participants and diplomas for the winners. And the last prize, which is amazing, we do have the masterclass with one of the best chess grandmasters and chess authors and the legend grandmaster Arthur Yusupov. So all of these we have for the winners of this tournament, but the games will start in a second and we will know who will be the winner. And of course, we're gonna have a chance to take a look how the participants are playing, what is the situation, what is the mood between them. This is the team competition. We have 4 members, we have 4 boards, and in the finals we do have a match of 2 games. So the players will start the first games and then they will switch the colors. So I see the moves. Let's now start to analyze a little bit of chess and check it out. Who will win the first game? So we have here the first board of India versus El Salvador. El Salvador with white pieces, and here we have already very crazy opening. We do have a lot of moves in the center. Black got a very nice center right now with the pawns, but the king is just misplaced here. Black needs to castle. Otherwise, black might have some problems. So let's see. The knight is hanging now, and if knight moves away, then white will just play rook here on e-file and will win the queen. So that's why black gives a queen and black forks white's pieces. Here we have a check and the queen is hanging. Now rook has to take the knight, and after this move, black just won an exchange. Black also castled, and this is winning position. Let's see how black will convert this game. And here we have, this is very nice. This is very nice. I think here with black, this is player from India. This is quite strong level, and I'm sure this player can convert easily. I think it's time to take a look at the second board and check it out what is happening. And here we have the second board of the first game. India with white pieces against El Salvador, and they are starting with French defense. So far, this is all the theory. We have close position on the queen side. Everything is just close. It will be very difficult to open this side, but the king side is quite open, and I believe black can, oh, that's my move. It's actually didn't happen. Black castled on the short side. That means that black is safe, feeling safe here on the queen side. And let's see how the game's gonna go. And now we have some nice attack on the queen side. Oh, this is very interesting actually. White's king is in the center. So here we have El Salvador all in. Wow, look at this. It's every move is attacking white's pieces, and now we have those knights coming on d3, and the pawns are also guarding d3 square. I think we might have a tie here in this match on the first and the second board, because this player from El Salvador, he's doing great. He's doing great. The pawn is gone now on a7, but that's not very important pawn. And here we have, this pawn is important. The pawn on d2 is way more important. And now we're gonna see the queen, and this game is just over. And here we have a checkmate. The result is 1-1. We have to switch to the third board right away. On the third board, we have El Salvador with white pieces, India with black pieces. We can see the pawn on d6 is very strong. This is player from El Salvador, but Indian player has extra bishop on the board, and this is a huge material advantage. And here we have the queens of the board, and black is trying to put pieces together to just make sure that there will be no more threats from white side. And now it's time to pick up all the pawns, and here we have the resignation, because this king on e4 is stuck. King has to go on the side, and black will then simply take the pawn. I will just show you this. So after taking here, black will have extra bishop on the board and extra pawn, and the plan is very simple here. Black can activate the king, get this king all the way to the center, and then to start to create the pass pawn that can be possible with pawns on the king side. And this is victory for Team India. We should see now the last board, what is happening, the most important last board. If El Salvador wins on the last board, then we might have tie. If India wins the last board, then India wins the first game in this match. Let's take a look at that. And here we have the last board, the very important last board. Can El Salvador convert this advantage? Here we have the equal position on the board by the material. Black is very active. You can see the queen in some of the white pieces. There will be some kind of breakthrough also. White has the pass pawn, but this pass pawn is a little bit too slow. So now let's take a look what can happen. White actually takes the pawn on g6. You cannot take this knight back because there is a pin and bishop is hanging. Is white winning? No. Oh, there was a blunder. Okay, this was a blunder. Black just came up with a fantastic idea to trade the queens, and now queens are not on the board. There's no pin on this file, so black can simply capture the knight, and this is game over. This is just game over. And we have a checkmate on the board. So this means that we have first match tie 2-2. India versus El Salvador. The next games will start after a very short break, and the players will fight for the gold medal and the title. So cannot wait to see the second part of a day. If this match ends in a draw after two games, then we might have additional match in Blitz segment. I would love to see that actually. So let's now wait for the start of the next round, and we can also take a look at the video of the players, Team India and Team El Salvador. We can have them on the screen. India actually had several teams in this competition. We had 118 teams into 3 groups. We had a men's group, we had a women's group, and also youth group. So now these 2 teams are the best out of all. So let's see how the match will gonna go in these finals. And here we are, the next game started right now. So India with white pieces, we have another French defense. Let's see if they will change, and they actually changed something here. White just decided to sacrifice a pawn on d4. That's the central pawn. If black maintains this advantage, another pawn is gone now, but white is very active, attacking the queen. Queen made so many moves already. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves by the queen, and that's why other pieces are not developed. So white might get something out of this. Queen goes to f3 and takes the pawn. You cannot take this queen back because there is a pin on the file, and on the other hand, the bishop on d6 is hanging. So black takes the pawn on h2. It's a check. King steps aside, and knight now the queen. Queen goes on the side, attacks the pawn on g7, and now knight is hanging. So this game is very sharp. Knight is attacking now the pawn. I wonder why did not take the pawn here. Perhaps there was rook getting on the open g file, and then also get on c6 and attack the pawn over here. So we have the move knight in the center, and white is ending the development. That's very good strategy. So all these players, they know that development is very important in chess, and also the threats are very important to chess. So here we have this position. Queen is still moving around the world and makes another move, and now that's too many moves by the queen, because white is attacking every time. White is attacking to black's queen, and that's why black has to move away. Hold on, this is two pieces hanging at the same time. So white has only one move here. Can white see that move? This is actually knight f6 and it's on the board. Knight takes the bishop and there is a check. So black has to react somehow with the knight now and captures this knight, and white has time to save the rook. We have queen getting back to the king side and also just scanning on the h file. There will be some very unpleasant checks, so white steps aside. And here we have this position. It's quite equal to me. Black has actually 2-3 pawns. It's not equal. It's not so equal, but white has very active pieces. And white is doing a great job to make the threats for each move. Let's see. Now queens are off the board. One pawn down. Let's see. Can white actually create something? Because there's a bishop on the board. These squares on the king side, dark squares, are quite weak. Rook gets back. Okay, wow, this is very nice. So black sees that there is a checkmate threat. For instance, if you play pawn forward or any other move, then there is a checkmate with rook, and here on h8, it's going to be just game over in two moves. So black sees that, and black controls the back rank. And now, oh, just like that. Oh no, knight was hanging on e3, and player from El Salvador just blundered. Oh no, that's so heartbreaking. So white now has the extra bishop for the pawn. This pawn is very active, but white just made it win that this pawn goes nowhere further. So you have now king is getting opposition, and here we have black gave up this pawn, because if king goes anywhere back, then white's king starts to get more space advantage, and eventually this king will go all the way to the pawns and will capture this pawn. So black gave up this pawn, and here we have, let's see how white will manage here. Yeah, that's exactly the plan, to go here and capture those two pawns. So this is the first victory for Team India on the first board. This is the game 2 in the match, the final match for the fight for the gold medal. We have to check out what is happening on the second board right away. And here we have the second board. We can see that white is a bit behind the development. The king is still in the center. Black is doing fantastic here. Team India, they are leading on the first and second boards so far. Now this is a threat. Can actually a player from El Salvador see that? And yeah, we can see that they are very good at tactics. Long castle happened. King is now a safer, and also the pawn is guarded by the rook, and black is getting the open e-file. The knight here stops rooks to be connected, so black has still slightly better position, but is it enough to win? That's the valid question. And now this was a very good trade. Very good trade. Knight gives a check and attacks the pawn on f2 and pawn on c3. So that means that black is simply winning a pawn here. Rook is on the second rank, also attacking more pawns. This pawn is hanging. I think we might see a game over. And in fact, black saw the best move here, the fork. Two pieces at the same time are hanging by the knight, and this is game over. We should see the last two boards. If El Salvador can hold on that two boards, then we might see the tie breaks. But India needs just one draw in two games. So let's take a look how this is gonna go. Meanwhile, the other two games has been ended, and seems like we're gonna have more games in the finals of the third Intercontinental online chess tournament from the prisoners, El Salvador versus India. This match goes to the Blitz portion. 3 minutes plus 2 seconds. You guys, please keep in mind that some of the players have not played chess before online. They have to play right now. Can they manage to play 3 minutes plus 2 seconds Blitz game? We're gonna find it out. So let's see the fight for the title and for the gold medal and a lot of prizes, and the pride is right now on these boards. And the first game that I will take a look is El Salvador with white pieces against India. And we have the moves here. We have 1d4, and we have this beautiful pawn structure here in the center. Black is very active, attacking the center right away and developing the moves. They are doing actually great, this development ideas and attacking things. So here we have the castle already. Black is activating the pieces in the center. We have castle also from white side, and here we have queen getting on the king side, attacking this pawn, and we have white pawn getting on the fourth rank to cut this bishop from attacking. Oh, that's my move. That's not the move that they played. It was my move. The bishop went now on the other side to attack the knight, and here we have the knight straight. Some of the pieces are off the board, and we have obstacle bishop now on the board. Is this game gonna be end in a draw? We're gonna see that very fast, but black wants to win. Black really wants to win, and king goes to h8. That this is the last position we can see right now. So let's see. I don't receiving any more moves, so I think we cannot lose the time. Let's now go to the next game and check it out what is happening. And this is another game. Here we have really creative position. I need a second to understand what is happening. What we know is India plays with white pieces, El Salvador with the black pieces. So far, we don't have any result yet. And we can see that white is actually very active, and white will start to launch some kind of attack on the queen side. The king is on the queen side, and it's a little bit exposed. I made another very weird move that was not in the game, but instead of that was b4, attacking the queen side, and white wants to open the files for the rooks. That's very good decision. Black wants to close the files, but that is inevitable to open up a little bit. We can see this beautiful chain for black, but that is, I think, not enough, because white is going all in the attack. Here we have a check on the board. We have bishops off the board, and whoa, this pawn should be stopped at some point. We have guarded pawn on the second rank, and now it is time to attack the weakness, and the pawn on c3 will be gone. But no, white is doing actually great. I really like to see how white is doing. Indian player on the second board stops the pawn going forward instead of taking here on c3 right away. So first to stop the threat and then to capture the pawn. This is game over. This is game over for El Salvador. We should check out what is happening on the last two boards. And here we have the third board, and in this case, El Salvador with white pieces needs to win, because other board, second board, was not so good for the team El Salvador. Let's see how this game gonna go. We have some trades. Black is oh no, the mouse sleep. That is a mouse sleep. So here black just wanted to take the pawn on h2 to give a check, and then to capture the rook, or I don't know, to give more checks. And that is, oh, that's so heartbreaking. The queen blunder, mouse slip, that's how we call it when you play online chess. That happens on the over the board. That will never happen. The piece will never drop on the way. No, that's so heartbreaking. So team India, just that's probably game over. That's probably game over, which makes this much more interesting, because we're gonna have more games. In fact, let's see how white finalize this game. And here we have a checkmate. We should see what happens on the last board. This was really painful loss for team India. We should check out what is the final situation now in this match. You guys, this is the tie breaks of the finals. The time control is 3 minutes only plus 2 seconds, and we saw first huge blunder already in this game. Let's go to the next one. And the last board here, we have Team India already checkmating, very close to checkmate. So here we have a check. If king goes back on g8, then we have a checkmate in 2 moves. So black is covering the queen, but there is very unpleasant check. And this is not only the fork, but also the queen is hanging, and the bishop is attacking the black's queen. So that is another game without a queen on the board. So the time is very important here. Time is taken. Even though that black is now a queen down, this game is still on, and it is worth to play until the last moment. And here we have the checkmate. So you guys, this is once again draw, tie, 2-2, Team India and El Salvador. We still don't have a winner after the tie breaks. This game is going somewhere very special. So we're gonna take a look now after a very short break what this match gonna bring to us. We're gonna have, in the end of the day, only one winner, and it can be India or El Salvador. We're gonna check it out.
Chess for Freedom gave a chance to 4 women from Georgia to be released from the prison before its terms. The Georgian women took part in the competition and became the world chess champions back in 2021. This is a story when one day, one chess project changed the future for the better. Today, these 4 women are living their free lives and holding the meaningful title of World Chess Champions. We had a chance to visit Georgia to interview legendary chess player, 5 times World Women's Chess Champion Nana Gaprindashvili, who is an advocate of social projects for inmates, mainly Chess for Freedom. How important is the project Chess for Freedom for inmates?
I should say it's very important. First of all, chess played a great role for everyone during the pandemic when everything was just shut down. Chess was the only sport where we had all the competitions still happening. Just imagine how important it is for inmates to have an opportunity to be a part of the World Championship. 2 years ago, Georgian women won the championship. It's true that they have not had many years ahead of them in prison, but still, they have been released before their terms. It was surely a great gesture and appreciation. They now have very different lives than in prison. It's certainly important for inmates to have such opportunities, and chess gave them it all. The words you mentioned before, freedom, peace, socialization, that's all what this project brought to the participants. We all celebrated the victory together. I was there to award the women's team. You know, they were extremely happy, totally different people.
Could you remember that moment when Georgian women's team became the world champion?
I had an honor to give them the chess trophy. There were representatives from the Ministry of Justice, also representatives from the sports committee. Women have been awarded decent prizes. Later we had some dinner together and the inmates were very happy. Absolutely different people were standing in front of me. This project is exactly what makes people turn the tables to good instead of bad. That's what happened, as today these 4 ladies have a normal life. This is exactly what I wish for each and every participant of the project. Chess gives these opportunities.
Do you think this title of world champion would help them to socialize after liberation?
Of course, I'm certain these ladies are doing a decent life. They changed. They have already served their terms in prison. Now the World Championship title will help them to feel better.
What would you wish for the participants of Chess for Freedom 2023?
The fact that they are part of the project is already great. Only one team can win, and in total there are only 3 prizes. But the most important is to be the part of the chess event, because chess can change their lives for the better. I wish they also have been released before their terms. This might be a fresh start of new lives for many of them. That's what I wish for them all.
Thank you so much.
We are taking part in every social project, including Chess for Freedom. This is the FIDE project, where in 2021 Georgian women became world champions. After this victory, they got freedom from prison. That directly corresponds to the name of the project, Chess for Freedom. We are hoping our women's team will celebrate another victory and will become world champions again, as we have quite strong players.
How important is this project for inmates in prison, and if chess can help them in a way in the future?
Chess is a very popular sport. I often see young people playing chess online on their phones. People are playing chess everywhere, also in the prisons. Chess is a tool for socialization for inmates. I am certain inmates are playing chess and enjoying the process during their spare time. I hope chess will help them for freedom.
It's a game born over 1,500 years ago. A blend of risk and reward, strategy and skill. But now it's helping more and more players whose lives are far from black and white.
It's good for your mental health. It can be quite a dark place, isn't it? Just behind the door 23.5 hours a day. But I suppose if you've got something to concentrate on and, something like this to come to and focus on, it's a good thing.
HMP Huel is home to more than 1,000 male inmates. The man in charge was keen to add his prison to a growing list of those playing chess.
When the men come into custody, to some extent, they've lost everything. So how do you start to rebuild that? And there's no doubt in my mind that chess can be a part of that. And we've seen so many examples of where the men have just flourished and thrived.
Ralph, how long has this project been running?
So about 2 years now. We've really seen much more chess happening in the prison. During COVID, it was one of the activities that we felt the men could do, despite all the restrictions.
Find it therapeutic, just clears your mind for a bit. Obviously, you have to concentrate on it. Jail, innit? You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, I haven't been sentenced to anything yet, so you do think about what's going to happen and that. You know what I mean? It's nice to just get away from that.
Today's teacher is Carl Portman, who is playing 9 men simultaneously. Carl volunteers his time playing in a number of prisons.
Oh, there's a long way to go. I play my best chess when up against it, that's for sure.
One UK charity also runs clubs and say they've seen a big rise in demand. Chess in schools and communities first began organising regular games for just 2 prisons in 2018. The following year, this doubled to 4, and then became 10 in 2020. And while their numbers froze during COVID restrictions, this year it has risen again to 16.
I started this about 10 years ago, and I just went to the occasional prison here and there. Some people played, some didn't. It's not only blossomed here, but right across the world. There's now a World Online Prison Championship, of which HMP Huel were represented as England.
This annual tournament saw prisoners here playing online, taking on inmates in the Philippines, Mongolia, Ecuador, and 42 other countries around the world. In total, 85 teams entered, more than double the number of the year before. HMP Huel's permission to play was granted by the Ministry of Justice, who say playing chess trains players to think before they act, while providing transferable skills that can help them find a job so they don't commit further crimes when released.
I felt like I was out there living a normal life, like, so apart from these clothes, obviously. But if you lose your way out there, in here doing this, it can make you feel like you're normal, you know, and you're not a criminal.
Matt Graveling, BBC News.
And we are back at the third Intercontinental Online Chess Championship for prisoners. Great final, India versus El Salvador. We had already the match in the rapid portion, 2 games, and that was tied. Now we have another Blitz game because the previous one ended also 2-2. So the match is still on. I don't know how long this can go. If now, after this game, we don't have a winner, we might have Armageddon, and that's the best part of chess. All right, let's start this one. India with white pieces starts with e4, and here we have a very weird opening, actually. White is holding the center very nice, and black is starting to attack all the white's pieces. So let's see, the pawn is gone off from e-file. They don't have much of the time, so they are probably just making any moves, and we can see that the quality is a bit different from the rapid portion. Here we have a lot of blunders and some mouse slips too. So here at this point, black is attacking the pin here on this diagonal, and the knight here, as well as the knight over here, is attacked 2 times. So we can see here the domination of 2 bishops. And here we have some of the trades. Oh, whoa. That is, oh no. White could just capture this rook, I think. Probably it's still lost position, but white gave up the rook, and now the queen is down. No, that is very bad situation. And here black will convert this one. We should take a look what is happening on the second board before the games end. This game seems to be just over for Team India, and El Salvador gets first point. Here we have the second board. The game is still on. We can see that black pieces are more active here, and the king is... Ooh, the king was almost checkmated. Well, if black goes here and threatens a checkmate, then probably white just plays this move and there's no more checkmate. So that's why black actually is very nicely played this move. So if rook takes the rook, then you can sacrifice that rook and play queen here. And in this case, if all these pieces are captured, then checkmate on g2 is inevitable. So nicely done, but white saw all these moves. Here we have queen anyway attacking the king. Rook gets on the second rank, and white decide to give up the queen. White is just deciding to give up the queen because if queen goes away, there will be rook takes the pawn, and the checkmate will happen next move. So here we have queen down position for white, and this game will end soon. And here we have Team India winning this game. So it's a tie for the moment, 1-1. Let's check it out what happens on the last 2 boards. All right, this game is about to end, and here we have the end game, knight versus the bishop, and white is capturing all the pawns. So let's see. Oh no! Oh, what? White just blundered the piece, and black did not capture it, and black just trusts that. And oh no, that can be very bad actually for El Salvador. Oh no, that is really heartbreaking. White is having 2 extra pawns now, and this can be winning position. We have to check out what is happening on the last board because this game is pretty much already decided. And here the last board, the 4th board, El Salvador is a must-win situation. If the game ends in a draw, then India wins the title. El Salvador with white pieces attacking the king. Can black survive? Here we have the rook sacrifice. Oh my, what is happening here? Pawn takes should be a bad move. If king goes back, then takes. Oh yes, takes here, and takes here. Oh, that's actually just game over here. So after taking here the rook, we have checkmate. Whoa, that is actually 2-2 right now. El Salvador, India, we couldn't ask for better finals. We have seen the games in the Rapid, we have seen games in Blitz, and now it is time for Armageddon game. So if you don't know what is Armageddon game, this is the final game. There will be no more games, and it will be only played on one board. So earlier we had 4 boards, right? So now they will have only one board and very specific situation. So I will just explain what happens in Armageddon. White has more time on the clock, 5 minutes. Black has less time on the clock, 4 minutes. But white is in must-win situation. White cannot afford to make a draw. If white makes draw, then it means that black gets the victory. So it is very interesting. Some players choose to play with white pieces because they have more time. They start to play. Some of the players like to choose black pieces because draw and the win, they are both very good results. So let's see what's gonna happen. Who will choose the white pieces? Who will choose the black pieces? We're going to wait for that to happen. And we are back here. This is a 3rd Intercontinental Online Chess Championship for prisoners. This is the 3rd edition, and we had 118 teams in this year from 50 countries. We're hoping to have more and more participants. Today we have India versus El Salvador. We couldn't ask for better match here. This game goes to the Armageddon portion, which means that this is the last game and we're gonna have the winner. And I can say that India is with white pieces, 5 minutes for Indian player and 4 minutes for El Salvador. Can the time will be a factor here? Well, the player from El Salvador, for this player, draw is also as good as the win. So 2 results for black, 1 result for white, and game is already on. So let's take a look what is happening. We have 1e4, we have d6, and all right, white is going very active, getting some space advantage. That's very good strategy when you choose white colors here to get some advantage out of the position. And here we have the very nice space advantage in the center and the king side. If white managed to launch the attack on the king side, it might be difficult here to play with black. So here we have some changes on in the center, and now the knight goes all the way to h3 and g4 is on the board. That's very scary move to see. And the plan is to play f5 next move to break through the king side. White is in must-win situation and white needs to win. So this is very good position for white. Some of the pieces are off the board. The trade of the pieces is good for black. Any trade is good for black here. First of all, there will be less danger to the king side. With this attack, we can see how many white pieces are attacking black side. All of them are actually on the black side, and any trade here can be good for black. The queen goes on king side to attack the pawn on g4 and the knight on h3. That was a good move actually. Oh, what? No, another mouse slip. No, El Salvador, the player from El Salvador wanted to take the pawn, and this is actually very good position. I can say that this is big advantage for black. You can play this move here. The pawn is gone. There's no attack anymore. The queen is very active, and black can just activate the rooks, maybe even further, like to get in here. And instead of this, queen to h5. This is so heartbreaking. This is so devastating for whole team. El Salvador had a nice tournament. Oh no, I know they have to play this without queen. That is game over. This is so heartbreaking, and black is still trying to fight until the end. Oh no, that is such a heartbreaking final of this match. El Salvador goes down. Team India wins the gold medal here at the event of Chess for Freedom, and they are the winners of the men's section at the third Intercontinental Online Chess Championship. Team India wins the title. Congratulations to Team India. These two teams actually deserve to be here. We have seen so many amazing games, so many dramas actually for one day and for final. And I personally wish the best to Team El Salvador for the next edition, because two Muslims in a row in the one match, that is a bad luck, unfortunately. So they still got the medal, actually, silver medal. That's a big congratulation. But here we have one winner, and Team India. That is it. Very strong team, a very nice play, and I'm very, very happy to congratulate the winners team. And this is the moment when we can announce the winners. So Team India is the winner of the third Intercontinental Online Chess Championship for prisoners. And we do have El Salvador, runner-up of the tournament Chess for Freedom 2023. Congratulations to both teams. They deserve to be here. 118 teams. These two teams were the best, and we have seen the games and we know why they were the best one. But we do have one winner, and this is Team India. And I would like now to have on our screen the anthem of India. It is very exciting moments indeed to hear the anthem of your country and to be proud of what you have achieved. This tournament is a great chance for the people who need so much to have the freedom of those days when the tournament is running. There has been some trainings, there has been some competitions even inside the prisons, and now we have these 3 days of excitement. And it is now time to invite Mr. Arkady Dvorkovich, the president of International Chess Federation, for his congratulations.
It is my honor to congratulate the winners of the third Intercontinental Championship of prisoners on behalf of FIDE, the tournament that brought us together. In chess, every move is made based on millions of calculations. And with every move, you learn. With every move, you become better. And it is my firm belief that you can improve playing chess. You can improve by studying, by analyzing, by bringing all your strengths and all your talent to make the best moves. And I really hope that today's win will improve your lives in the future. That you will enjoy chess for many years to come, and you will bring more players to play chess in the future. Good luck and stay strong.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arkady Dvorkovich, the president of FIDE. And now, you guys, it is time to say goodbye from my side and from my colleagues as well who were covering this event. It has been amazing days, 3 days of very nice chess games. Some of the blunders we have seen today, some of the mouse slips, some of the very nice tactics and checkmates, and a lot of emotions. We do have the winners in 3 group categories, and it has been an amazing days. Big thanks to my colleagues, International Masters Almira Skripchenko and Michael Rahal, and as well as FIDE, who is organizing this. Very happy and pleased to be here for the finals of the tournament. It is final goodbye from me, and hopefully to see you next year. Bye.